In this episode, you get to look behind the scenes at our pro show. Hello everybody, this is Ray and this is the Real Q&A show. So thanks for tuning in. I got another very special guest today, Nathaniel Izard with Izard Chocolate.
Hi.
Nathaniel, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, well, I'm a chocolate maker. So started the first chocolate making company in Little Rock. And so we buy cacao from different countries all over the world, and we'll get it here, we'll roast it, stone grind it, we'll add organic cane sugar to make chocolate bars.
Nice.
So I brought one. Yeah.
Thank you. That's cool. And what's in the little box?
And then we also have a retail shop.
Okay.
We make our own caramel, nice. And we dip our caramel in our dark chocolate. Yeah.
Look at that.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so good. My mouth is literally watering. No, I'm gonna shut this.
All right. Little later snack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks so much for joining us on the show. He's
Thanks
going to be
for having
asking
me.
questions for us. So, what's the first one?
Well, the first question is a video question from Paul Reddam. So I'm going to go ahead and just click it here.
Cool.
And push play.
Hey Ray, Paul Reddam, Homesville Real Estate, coming to you from Austin, Texas. You know, with the advent of the Tesla Model 3 coming, I think that's going to speed up the delivery of autonomous vehicles for mainstream America pretty fast. And I'm thinking a whole lot about how that's going to impact our landscape here in Austin as far as real estate goes. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the issue for your neck of the woods.
Awesome question. Autonomous vehicles and how it affects real estate. That's really cool. So for Arkansas, it'd probably have to be like a Tesla Model Jeep. Right. I know there are going to be a lot of Teslas driving around because we do have a lot of roads, windy roads and that kind of thing. So I could see this probably being a little far down the road for Arkansas specifically. But for the whole real estate market and the real estate industry, I think autonomous cars are going to do a couple of things. One is I envision the autonomous cars allowing the spread of cities.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now there tends to be a lot of urban infill. A lot of people like the walkable traffic. They want to go, walk to the grocery stores. And so major cities are having a lot of millennials come into the city. Well, let's say those millennials start to have kids, start to get a little older and want to move outside of the city. But one of the reasons they moved into the city is they hate traffic. They don't want to drive. So an energy efficient, autonomous vehicle could start to pull those millennials outside of the city and back into the suburbs. Another thing it could do is make showing houses really, really easy.
Right.
You just plug in where you want to go, and then we can talk with our clients in the car about the house we just saw. I know these days you still have to pay attention to it. You're the backup driver. But as the future develops, as we go, I could definitely see this being really useful. I mean, I'm picturing like a big Suburban or something and just letting the car drive. And I talk with my clients about the houses. We can make decisions faster, just hang out, have fun. That would be pretty amazing. For Arkansas specifically, for them to drive themselves completely, I think that's the end game. Well, depending on where you're going in smaller cities and more rural areas, I don't know if they have to prepare the roads or if the mapping is going to be good enough for that. So I've got a lot of questions about the I guess you could say the specific technologies and how that's going to be rolled out, but I'm really excited to see it happen.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I avoid traffic. I want to do something else while I'm driving, so that would be really cool if I could check up on emails, text messages, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Or better yet, not worry about the other person in traffic who's driving down the highway,
right.
Checking up on. So just the safety issue would be a huge plus too for someone that is driving around all the time looking at real estate. So. I think that would be the two main effects, probably safety and then the spread from the urban infill spreading back out to the suburbs.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the next question?
The next question is from Kristine Halverson, and she also sent a video. So I'm going to click on that here.
Hi, this is Kristine Halverson from LiveWorkSiliconBeach.com, Santa Monica, California. Just finishing up some dinner, and I have a question for you, Ray. Hey, what is the hidden gem in your marketplace? And why do you think people are overlooking it? Get back to me. Thanks. Bye.
The hidden gem in our marketplace. There are several communities that I think are starting to develop. One of them, I'll kind of answer what the hidden gems might be, and then I'll answer why people tend to look over them. There's a lot happening in the Bering Cross area. There's a new luxury development right on the water. Just past that, there are luxury apartments. There are homes being flipped in the area. And as you go further north, there's less and less activity. So I would say that's one of the hidden gems. It's in North Little Rock. The Argenta area is another little hidden gem. Capitol View Stiff Station is just south of Hillcrest. I would say that's another hidden gem. There's a lot of development going on in those areas. All you need is a couple of pubs and a grocery store, it seems, and you get a lot of people around that area flipping homes. Some of the other hidden gems might be communities that were developed about 20 years ago that are now there's a lot more renters in those neighborhoods, because neighborhoods tend to shift every 10 to 15 years, and if a home was built 20 years ago, that neighborhood shifted during the downturn of the economy.
Right.
So there were a lot of people who moved that are now renting those properties. So it's a high rental area that could be a valuable target if you're an investor and started mailing to those areas, because I think those areas will start to turn. So now the question, second part of the question, why are people looking over them? It's really hard to know what's going to happen in the future. With any type of investment like that, there's always risk. So you might invest in the area in Bering Cross, and then it may not develop as fast as you think, or it may be past your lifetime. So I guess it depends on your investment criteria and what you're really looking to do. Most people are going to live in a home 3 to 5 years, and so they want a community and area that's already developed. So you're really talking about investors and owner-occupant investors that may be into the hidden gems. And they're really the ones that are kind of in those areas now, banging around, looking and purchasing them. So a lot of people are looking past them, but I would say if you're looking for an investment, those are the best places to look right now. Colony West, that's another one. There's a lot of homes being redone over there. It's the old West Little Rock. It used to just go to Colony West. That's why it's called West Markham out there. So very local question for us, but in general, the gentrification of neighborhoods is going on all around the U.S. And looking outside of those areas, basically find where investors are pouring a lot of money into and where it's becoming harder to purchase, and then look just outside of those areas for similar communities. And that's how you find the hidden gems, just kind of, I guess you could say, industry-wide.
Very cool. Yeah.
What's our third question?
This question's from Judy Weiniger from the Weiniger Group on Facebook, and she asked, "How do you set up the real Q&A behind the scenes?"
That's a great question. Why don't I show you, actually? So I will do I'll do a little video, and Brad, our video guy, can insert this video into the show. Let's see, I'll shoot it in 4K. All right. So you got to start with the selfie, right? Okay, hey Judy, here you go. I'm going to turn it around. This is me, Nathaniel. This is actually our temporary room. This is Brad. Say hi, Brad. Hey. This is some of our lighting. Brad knows I don't like a whole lot of lighting and tech setup. We try to keep it as light as possible, but today is pretty special with our guests. So we have some extra mics keeping everything, a boom mic. There's RJ. Hey. Say hi, RJ. There's Irene. She's a marketing coordinator. That's RJ with iProv. You'll see him on an upcoming show. And so that's it. So we have a couple of lights. Let me see behind this here. There's our light. So we try to keep it pretty low tech. All right, we'll insert that. We try to keep it pretty low tech because our goal is just this show is built for speed. We want to be able to answer consumer questions as they're interested and as they're asking. And the whole purpose of the show is to kind of lift some of the curtain and reveal, I guess, some of the behind the scenes, but of real estate. And our goal, to answer questions like, do open houses work? And, I heard a realtor tell me this, is that true? And, or is that just a script? And so that's our purpose, is just to open up the mysteries of real estate and let everybody know what we're doing. So that's kind of the behind the scenes mission and vision of this show. So thank you guys so much for asking those questions. I love doing a pro show. Nathaniel, you got a question?
Yeah, I thought of one. So do you work with a lot of millennials? And if so, what are the main, are they more wary about buying a house? What is your philosophy behind that?
Yeah, this is like a national question. People are asking this question because they're saying millennials aren't buying houses. Well, we think they are. A lot of them have bought condos and townhomes in the city because, like I said earlier, that urban infill is happening. However, as they get older, they are attracted to neighborhoods. They want to settle down. Millennials have been so mobile for so long that I couldn't in good conscience say, hey, if you're only going to be here a year, buy a house.
Right.
No, you want to rent. So once a millennial starts to get the jobs that are more long-term, the family situations that are more long-term, they're coming out to purchase homes. So it's a little later than it used to. I think the previous generations, they married earlier, bought homes earlier. The millennials are a little later in getting married and buying property. And that, I think, has been happening for years since the baby boomers just been getting a little later every time. They are buying houses now. We work with a lot of them. They have really interesting and different tastes.
Yeah.
Normally, they do not want a dining room. They're happy with a large eating kitchen or nook area, but they don't want like a place to eat in the kitchen and a place to eat in the house. They just want one.
Yeah.
So we're seeing them take floor plans and change them, make offices and things like that. So there's some really interesting things that millennials are doing with houses. A big part of that is HGTV and the shows that they're watching and the things that they can do. They're starting to see, hey, if I own this place instead of rented it, then I could take down this wall and I have a much nicer living room, that kind of thing. So they are interested. They're just later moving.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So tell everybody where we can find you.
Well, you can go to our website, izardchocolate.com, and we're also here in Little Rock. We're on Beechwood Street in the Hillcrest neighborhood. So you can come by and check us out Tuesday through Saturday, or you can check us out online. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. And
Absolutely.
I have had his chocolate, and it is amazing. So it's hard to
thank you.
believe that is made locally.
I appreciate
So I
it.
love it. Yeah, very good. Well, thanks for checking out the show. If you have any questions, you can comment below. You can send me a question on Facebook, or you can just do hashtag Real Q&A and we'll find it. But yeah, thanks for asking. We'll see you next time.